Curious to get your thoughts on Bitcoin and Ethereum on the one hand versus all of the other, so-called altcoins, setting aside stable coins. Do you have as constructive a view on the altcoin kind of universe as you do on Bitcoin and Ethereum, or are you really focusing on those two?
So we have a very large position in a smaller coin called Algorand. We think that has award-winning technology. We also think it solves for the trilemma. We also like Solana. But your question about Bitcoin and Ethereum, Tom, those are our two largest positions. As it relates to Bitcoin, we think that the improvement of the Lightning Network, the increase in applications, and the ease of transactions on Bitcoin, you're going to see a lot more commercial activity there. And of course, you have the merge coming with Ethereum, which is going to lower the transaction fees on that network. A lot of traders are probably buying that rumor, Tom. You're well familiar with this. They'll probably sell on the news of that merger, which is going to happen in mid-September. But again, I would caution people not to do that. These are great long-term investments. In the next 6 years, if we're right, if Bitcoin goes to $300,000 a coin, it will not matter whether you bought it at $20,000, $60,000 is really not going to matter. And I'm just cautioning people, the future is upon us. It's happening sooner than I thought. The BlackRock news, I know you're looking at that. I'm looking at that saying, okay, finally Larry Fink is seeing the institutional demand. Otherwise, he wouldn't be setting up those products and he wouldn't be teaming up with Coinbase. And so when this stuff happens, I just want to remind people there are only 21 million Bitcoins out there, and you'll have a demand shock with very little supply.
Welcome back, cryptocurrency family. Of course, you subscribe for daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. We keep you updated. We keep you informed, just like we're doing today. Who you just listened to was CEO of Skybridge Capital, the legend himself, Anthony Scaramucci, the Mooch, reaffirming his belief in Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency, and in fact saying that he believes, and he's advising his clients, that Bitcoin is going to hit a price per coin of $300,000 per coin before 2030. And actually, by 2028, to be more precise, Anthony Scaramucci believes Bitcoin will hit a price per coin of $300,000 by 2028, to be more precise. Now, why does he say that? Well, because of a variety of reasons. We go over reasons for this on this channel all the time, talking about the value props of each coin. This is another reason why you subscribe. But one of the reasons he thinks Bitcoin is going to continue to get bigger and bigger is because of things like Metcalfe's law, because of things like network effect. Even looking at the trajectory of the internet from when it was just shared by a few nerds to something that became an essential part of our daily lives forever and ever, something that we cannot go back before. So understanding Metcalfe's law and network growth in general, too, you understand that the bigger a network gets, the more likely the network is going to get bigger, because the network becomes better the more people who are connected. To go even further, the genie is out of the bottle, the cat is out of the bag, and more huge companies with a lot of power, a lot of clout today are invested in Bitcoin and even cryptocurrency and blockchain companies than ever before. And we're just seeing a continuation of this trend, because you have to remember, at a certain point in time, nobody was invested in cryptocurrency companies. And today we have Alphabet, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, Samsung. And by the way, take a look at the companies that they are precisely and specifically invested in. Goldman Sachs, BNY Mellon, PayPal, Microsoft, Commonwealth, Prosus, Tencent, CitiGroup. And we're going to get to a CitiGroup report in just a minute. UOB, Wells Fargo, LG, American Express, and this is just the beginning. I believe this is the smallest we'll ever see this list, just because it's becoming much more popular to invest in cryptocurrency companies, and companies are becoming crypto companies. Now, something the Mooch also talked about was the Ethereum merge coming up. He's bullish on Ethereum, bullish going into the merge, but he was saying it might be a sell the news event, and for sure it might be. Now, is he trading this? Is he selling any of his Ethereum? Is he advising his clients to trade the merge? Listen to what he says.
So, Anthony, for Ethereum specifically, it sounds like long-term you're a believer, but short-term there is a trade that will likely happen. Is the coin fund trading around that at all?
Actually, no. We're long it. I'm trying to condition clients to just stay in there. There's no reason for us to create that friction. I think you and I know, Melissa, and I've seen you talk about this on Fast Money. If you're out of the market for the 10 best days, you've reduced your return from like a 7.5% return to a 2% return. That's the overall stock market. And so I don't want to start herking and jerking the portfolio based on emotion. Again, we're up 45% since we last spoke. We did nothing but hold the positions and stick to our discipline. I think that's the message I'm trying to send to investors. See through this. There's a lot of short-term people. There's a lot of research departments in different wirehouses that have knee-jerk reactions to things, and they get overly emotional. We're trying to tell people, just relax, see through this. We see a pretty optimistic scenario for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Algorand over the next 12 to 24 months.
So the mooch is long-term bullish on Ethereum. Just like CitiGroup. CitiGroup explains in a recent report why it is bullish on Ethereum's merge upgrade, why it thinks Ethereum's merge is bullish for Ethereum holders. A recent research report by financial services giant CitiGroup talks about the implications of Ethereum's upcoming merge protocol upgrade. Ethereum's merge hard fork, which is when Ethereum's network is making the transition from proof of work to proof of stake, is expected to take place around September 14th to September 15th. Quote, the merge means that block time will drop to 12 seconds from 13, and that could result in a small decrease in fees and an increase in speed. Also, Citi's report says switching from proof of work will reduce overall issuance of Ether by 4.2% a year, and with Ether eventually becoming deflationary, this may improve the case for the token as a store of value. The move to proof of stake turns ETH into a yield-bearing asset with cash flows, the bank said, which may be interpreted as a form of revenue for the network. Having potential cash flows would allow the use of a range of valuation methods that aren't available for the blockchain now, the bank added. Because Ethereum will be both yield-bearing and deflationary, it is less likely to be the blockchain with the highest throughput. Given its enhanced store of value properties, it is more likely to be where a growing amount of total value locked is secured and transacted. Post-merge ETH could be viewed as a relatively energy efficient and environmentally friendly crypto asset, as energy expenditure is expected to decrease by 99.95%, the report noted. Scaramucci also talked about Solana. So let's talk about Solana, because it's actually planning a major upgrade to make itself more decentralized and improve performance on the network as it scales. What are we talking about? Well, Jump Crypto, who is always an early investor in Solana, plans new Solana validator client to boost performance, boost decentralization. The Solana Foundation and Jump Crypto are teaming up on the project to provide more stability to Solana. In an effort to improve the decentralization and performance of the Solana network, Web3 infrastructure developer and investor Jump Crypto has partnered with the non-profit Solana Foundation to create a new, additional validator client for the blockchain platform. Jump Crypto will lead development of a new open source validator client called Firedancer, which will be based on the C++ programming language. It is intended to coexist alongside Solana Labs' existing validator client, which is based on the Rust programming language. This improvement will improve efficiency and stability of Solana and boost decentralization. I think this is a good thing for Solana's network. In other news, the cryptocurrency market continues to get cleaned out. Seems that the SEC continues to focus on 2017 ICOs. Okay. SEC files suit against Dragonchain over 16.5 million ICO. Do we remember Dragonchain with its Disney connections? That didn't pan out. I suspect that they will get a slap on the wrist for selling unregistered securities, then be allowed to continue, like we've seen so many crypto companies being allowed to do in America. Now, even if Dragonchain is allowed to continue, is it a viable project? It's not really in the conversation anymore, I'd say. Polkadot news. We reported to you yesterday that Polkadot's primo stablecoin Akala lost its peg after an exploit. Well, we have some good news for the Polkadot ecosystem today. Polkadot-based DeFi platform Akala's native stablecoin AUSD is edging back to its dollar peg following the community's vote to destroy 1.29 billion AUSD. Roughly 95% of voters unanimously accepted the proposal, and a meager 5% opposed it. Following its acceptance, the proposal was executed earlier today. The burn even helped AUSD regain its dollar peg rapidly. So the Polkadot ecosystem is healing. Let's talk about the short term. I continue to see comments in my comment section talking about how bearish the environment is. Even if Bitcoin goes on to make a lower low than 17.5K, which is definitely still possible, we are in an uptrend right now. And I know everybody's used to the downtrend we had for months and months, but right now, at the very least, we are undergoing a relief rally. Now, after the relief rally tops, we will see if we have a higher low, maybe somewhere around here, or a lower low. But at the moment, you can tell people forget what it's like to have an uptrend again. Bear markets created a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder and hesitancy, but we continue to make higher highs and higher lows. Talks of 10K while we keep pushing up are getting a little bit absurd. Not to mention, we know how Bitcoin and crypto has been correlated with the stock market. Well, the S&P 500 3-week RSI bouncing from 40 back over 50 has signaled the start of each major Bitcoin impulse wave. So really understand this. What the S&P 500 is doing right now, we have seen it do plenty of times before. This is Bitcoin's chart, this is the S&P, and each time the S&P has done this, Bitcoin has entered into an uptrend. So is this time different? If it's not different, Bitcoin should be in an uptrend right now. So let me know your plan in the comments section below. What coins are you buying? What coins are you selling? I'm certainly accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum for sure, and a select few altcoins. Guys, subscribe to the channel. We talk about the whole cryptocurrency market, keep you informed, provide you with value so you can make the smartest decisions in crypto. So I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.